I'm taking a walk around Folly Wood in Lidlington. It's a 33-acre site planted 10 years ago, with great views over Marston Vale and a good place for kids to explore. I'm starting and finishing on By Road next to the railway station, as there is no parking on the site. I'm in Lidlington, heading up from the station towards Folly Wood along By Road, which runs parallel with the railway. At the moment, of course, there's no railways running. Coming up is one of the number of entrances at the wood. So, over the gate, the marker post, and the path winds its way. On entering the wood, the little plaque from GE Transportation, who say they're proud sponsors of Top Farm Lidlington Bletchley Remodelling Project 2011-2012. And just to the right, a tree full of cactus. It's quite a steep climb up the hill, but they've cut the hedges back. The track is good, wet at the moment, but it has, of course, it has been wet. We've had so much rain. Coming to one of the steeper bits of the climb, but as we get higher, and at some point we'll be able to turn round and see the lake. In fact, we'll try now. You can see the lake in the distance. We head down the hill. Down the hill, and you can see right across the vale onto the ridge. The bark on the tree, the colour, the patterns. Amazing, really. And then you have the silver birches with their own distinctive bark markings. Another tree species, and again the bark. You can just make out that the buds are coming out on the branches. Not really distinguishable at the moment. Again, more bags with dog poo, spoiling the area for others. We're almost at the top, but there's just this little steep climb to go, and going straight into the sun. And look back and just see where we've come, and you can look right across the vale. You can just about make out the turbine, the white turbine of the Marston Vale Forest Centre. And then in the mist, all the new development around Wootton. And as we gradually pan round, in the bottom is the village of Lidlington. And coming into the picture now is the lake, Brogborough Lake. And way in the distance, you can just probably see some movement, which is the A421. To come up here, and that is, you can take a nice surface path if you wish, and come out along there and down to this table. We're now going to head over towards the woods. Here it's time for a choice. You can go left, past this beautiful old tree. You can go straight on to the field. As you can see where those people are. Or you can go right, which will take you down to the old tree at the bottom. And then head up, and go further downhill, then head up towards the trees, and there's a gate. That's where we'll go. At the corner, we're heading down the slope to the wood. There's far more bird sound down here. I often asked what these posts with yellow tops are. These are marker posts showing rights of way. Most will have discs on, showing either footpath or bridleway. Generally speaking, in Bedfordshire, yellow discs are used as footpaths and blue discs are used for bridleways. For local circular walks, often the discs are just painted white. So that's what they're for, and so they show the rights of way and the correct paths. We're in a wood. There's so many rides and so many paths. Oh, here we go. Gosh, it is very, very wet up here and slippy. And there's a seat in memory of Celia Fuller. From the seat, he had a lovely panoramic view back to the top of the hill. It's up through the kissing gate. It's muddy underfoot, but most of them are these days. And then it's up and over the steps. We're just stopping and having a look at the moss. Mosses are really good this year because there's been so much water. We've merged into an open field. Starting to rain. Just hope that we can complete this without it being too heavy. But that's the way we're heading. It's now a lovely grassy track around the edge of the field. Short grass. And almost a pleasure to walk. There is in fact a path down here, but it looks as though it's been blocked by a fallen tree. It hasn't, because in fact you can go down the side of it and down the bottom through the wood, down the field and towards the railway. Some nice woodland here. Here's the path, here's the next marker post. path somewhere just here goes through the field. That looks a bit blocked, although most people I think are going out here a bit further on and then doubling back. Yes, they are. That's private land further on. This is where the footpath turns and heads down towards the railway. I've always liked this path because in the summertime you find little mollusks and things in the grasses, and also it's part of a circular walk that I call the Three Hills. That's taking in Lidlington Hill, which is Folly Wood, Brogborough Hill straight over there, and Ridgemont. That's Brogborough Hill. And we're going to be heading down this path. Got one or two of its old red berries still there. This in fact is the worst bit of the walk today, and I don't see any other way but just go, and it's slippy, it's slidey, fairly treacherous really. Just got to keep going. If you try and stop, you've no chance. It's so heavy, everything's sticking. Boots are already, look. Never ever had so much mud, not only on my boots but sticking, just won't come off. We've just come down the hill, very muddy, as you've seen from my boots, and now we're not going to cross, we're going to go back along the field. But if you were heading over to Brogborough Hill, then you would be crossing the railway line. This in fact is the Bedford-Bletchley line, the oldest railway line in the county. In fact, it was the first railway line in the county, and this is the line that they're going to update so that eventually trains will be able to run from Oxford to Cambridge. We're down into the corner. There's a stream running down into the ditch. You're having to out. There's a new footbridge here. There's the stream, the bridge stream going underneath the railway. So there, when you get to the other side, there's metal steps which actually take you onto a crossing on the railway, but it's another level crossing, so it's probably one that's going to get a bridge or taken out when they do the railway. This is the path you would have come down had we gone past the fallen tree. But we're not, we're carrying on the side of the railway up along the side of the field. To get towards the gate, there's yet another crossing. This one, in fact, goes over and then turns right and runs parallel with the railway on the other side of the track. We're heading down to the gate. New plantings in the front of Old Wood. Down to the gate, and the red light in the distance is for the railway, but the railway isn't running at the moment. We're going through, and this is another entrance, because this is a permissive path. In fact, it's a permissive bridle way. Well, just continuing down the track, which gradually becomes a better surface. It's certainly harder underfoot. Back where we started. We'll just continue this way, back to the car.
For those of you who enjoy a longer walk, there is a lovely 6.5 mile circular from the Forest Centre in Marston Vale, where you can enjoy refreshments at the Forest Centre Cafe, toilet facilities, and there is plenty of parking. Details of the walk can be found on the Let's Go website. For more information about Folly Wood and other Marston Vale sites, www.marstonvale.org.